Today on Greg's Garage, we take a look at the latest news from the world of motorcycles, introduce you to an innovative helmet design, get you up to speed on the happenings on Twitter, take a closer look at the new Honda CTX line of motorcycles, chat with Supercross star Chad Reed, and more. Let's get moving. Hello everyone and welcome to Greg's Garage. I'm your host, Greg White. Welcome to my latest adventure, a general power sports lifestyle show brought to you on the web via video. And of course, you might be watching this on gregsgaragetv.com. What's the show all about? Well, it's general power sports with a focus on motorcycles. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's pretty simple. I love riding motorcycles, but also ATVs, jet skis, snowmobiles, it doesn't matter, anything that's in the power sports industry. The idea, we're going to bring you into the world via video. So there'll be new products to test, like motorcycles, maybe some jackets, whatever we can find. Talk to some interesting people that are in the industry, people like you. We want it to be interactive. Want to hear suggestions from you. Get on the website, send us a tweet, send us an email, let us know what's on your mind and what you want to see on this show. We'll do some cool stuff for motorcycle rides, go to the Indie Dealer Expo and pick out some new products, whatever we can think of. Hey, listen, it's a new show. We're on a very tight budget, so we can't do the world, but we're going to try to do what we can. So let's get things started right away with a feature. A couple weeks ago, I had a chance to go to the Indie Dealer Expo. That's where all the new products get revealed to dealerships that want to sell them to you. And one thing that really stood out in my mind, an innovative new product, was a helmet. A helmet that you enter from the rear and it doesn't have a chin strap. No chin strap? That's the question I asked Mark Bryant.
Well, look, we've been developing a new helmet for about 9 years now, and Greg, and it's a rear access helmet. It's actually a helmet that opens from the rear. So instead of the normal flip-up helmet articulating from the jawline, we've actually put a hinge at the top so the helmet can open from the back. Now what that's enabled us to do, because we're entering from the back, the helmet's not reliant on putting the helmet off and on this way. So if you look at the helmet at the bottom, we've got quite a small opening. Once the helmet's actually closed onto your head, it can't come off your head. So the fact that we've taken away the chin strap, which is normally on the helmet, and we've replaced it with a fully adjustable chin cup inside. So it's like a set and forget retention system. You set it to your jaw length, once it's set, you never have to do it again.
How does this thing get on your head then?
Well, look, that's quite easy. We'll demonstrate that with John.
Applying the VozTech system is a really simple, easy process. You're able to apply the helmet either with gloves on or sunglasses on your head. Basically what you do is place the helmet on your head, pull both front latches, the helmet opens, it slides, you line it up to your chin cup, pull back the helmet and clip it on. The helmet is very clean from underneath, allows all the air to flow through. It's nicely contoured from the back. And to basically remove the helmet, you pull both latches, pop your chin out and roll the helmet straight off your head. And to show you how simple and easy and quick the process can be, watch me do it in seconds.
Well, look, of course, this technology suits a myriad of helmets, not just road. We've got, as you can see, we've got a prototype motocross helmet in here. We'll be doing snow sports helmets, we'll be doing water sports helmets, we'll be doing an NFL helmet, we'll be doing downhill BMX. So the system really works with any helmet that requires a chin bar. So if you've got a chin bar on the helmet, you can enter from the rear. You just go to www.voztec, V-O-Z-T-E-C, and you'll be able to see all the information on the helmet.
Now if you're curious about the in case of emergency situation, well, VozTec has built in a quick release system that EMTs can use to remove the front of the helmet, and it stabilizes the back of your head. A well thought out product. From no chin strap helmet news to more news around the industry, here are some things that have recently caught my eye, and we're going to talk about them in this segment, in which I call the news. I know, creative, right? Let's start you off with something from the American Motorcyclist Association in Ohio. A report last week from the AMA stated, a bill that would have restricted lane splitting privileges in California has been put on hold pending a Cal Berkeley study expected later this year. In my opinion, lane splitting is a good thing. It helps to reduce congestion, saves on gas, gets people moving in the horrific California traffic. So that's good news. A lot of motorcycle news is on AmericanMotorcyclist.com. Now I love this one. The Outdoor Industry Association released an economic impact study from all 50 states. The report showcases the impact that outdoor recreation has on states' economy. Now check out the website and have a look at your state. But here in North Carolina, outdoor recreation created $19.2 million in consumer spending, 192,000 jobs, $5.6 billion in salaries and wages, and a whopping $1.3 billion in state and local taxes. And by the way, that includes activities like cycling, camping, skiing, hunting, hiking, rafting, and of course, motorcycle riding and more. OutdoorIndustry.org will get you there. And in other news, how could I not do this? This is my first show. Entertainment sensation Justin Bieber turned 19 years old on March 1st. That's about it. Nah, I'm just kidding. Bieber, for his final birthday as a teenager, received a custom MV Agusta from Motovan Corp, the Canadian importer of MV Agusta. The bike, a new F3 675. It was commissioned by his father Jeremy in the theme of Justin's favorite superhero, Batman. Lucent AC handled the build. The Canadian singer bought himself a Ducati 848 Evo for his 18th, so F3, a great out of the garage, Biebs. Yeah, I call him Biebs. We're tight like that. Whatever. And this is how you tie Justin Bieber and Greg's Garage together. Boom. All right, all good things for motorcycle enthusiasts in the United States and Canada. But you know, we live in the worldwide world now with that newfangled internet thing. We're closer than ever to our fellow motorcycle peeps. So let's move into a segment I'm going to call Worldwide Video. A quick look at a few videos that have caught my eye from around the web. First up, a video posted about Japanese racer Omori Masatoshi and his ability to lean a dirt bike over. I mean, lean it over, like really, really lean it over. Check it out. How about an inspirational video about a motocrosser from North Florida, Darius Glover, paralyzed from the waist down? But that doesn't stop him from riding and reaching his racing goals. Nope. Here's a bit about that.
To me, it's just, it's my sense of freedom, I guess you could say. Like, if I'm having a stressful day, I can get on my bike and everything goes away. Like, you don't think about anything. Everything is just like, it's there. Everything's on point when you're on the bike. You feel like Superman. I've been riding my whole life. Around 7, that's when I really turned it on, and I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. I feel like a lot of people have, you know, pity parties. People, they'll say, hey, what happened to you? And I'll tell them my story, and they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. But I mean, to me, I don't understand why you're sorry, because I do, you know, I do more things than people that can walk and do use their legs. So you want to feel down about it, there's no reason to. When you're still living, you're waking up every day, you should be happy. You should be happy that you made it to the next day. I know that I'm here for a reason, for a purpose. It's the fact of having some people on my side that kind of push me and encourage me. It's kind of like, you know, yeah, I got this. I can do it. Like, I can do it. Let's go. Don't let anyone tell you no or no, you can't do it. Don't let anyone shoot you down. I mean, because I've been in that same place and it doesn't feel good. But once you're on top, it's like the best feeling in the world.
I'm pulling for Darius in his upcoming race this weekend, the 9th of March in West Virginia. And how can I forget my pure flat track folks? This is a bit of comedy by way of D&D Cycles. Robbie Bobby talks a bit about the 2013 flat track season.
Well, I don't really think I need to give you my name because I'm pretty well known in these circles.
Get under the helmets too. Pick the helmet up and dust under it.
I don't have a favorite. I like all the guys, even Jared Mees and Brian Smith, and even guys I don't like, I still like. So I don't know, it's gonna be tough. A lot of people don't know that Brian Smith actually has me getting his bikes ready for 2014. As you can see, we had to raise it up a little bit. He couldn't touch the ground, So we're gonna take a quick test ride on it and see how she fares horsepower wise.
And for those who are road race fans, you know I can't leave you out. This video was launched March 1st. It's a bit from Repsol Honda riders Danny Pedroza and Mark Marquez riding at the recent Sepang test. That was cool, and both riders can honk that bike over, but nothing like the riders in this next clip from Red Bull.
It's a very hard sport. There are 28mm spikes on the bike, almost 170 in the back wheel, and it's really dangerous. I'm Frank Kitson, and I'm a professional high-speedway racer. So these two sports is the drive style. In speedway, they are drifting, and we drive with the full speed inside and go down with the handlebar like a street biker. He is a very good guy, very professional. What you say to him, he do it.
Now I've tried one, so I know what it's about, so I'm feeling more comfortable and ready now.
I have got to give that a go. Wow! I love the tribute to Marco Simoncelli and Frankie Shoulder. Good stuff. You can check out all the videos via the link on our webpage. For many motorcycle enthusiasts, part of riding a motorcycle is the sport of it all. And the intention here on Greg's Garage is to have some of the sport's best contribute to the show. Give us the goings-on in their sport, tell us about themselves, and introduce us more to the sport they love so much. And the first guest we have on the show is a phenomenal talent on a dirt bike and an all-around nice guy. He's won Supercross and motocross titles here in the United States and in Australia. It's Chad Reed. Now I had a chance to catch up with Chad Reed via Skype a little earlier, and here's how that went. Welcome to the program, Chad Reed. What's up, Chad? How you doing?
Going on, Greg? How's things?
Yeah, things are good, man. Welcome to Greg's Garage, the very first episode. You're the first racer guest we have on, so thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, pumped to be a part of it. Excited for you and I guess.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, so you just had Supercross race and you got on the podium, and there's some people that are watching this program that may not know, a little bit about Supercross. Maybe they're cruiser riders or, maybe road race type guys. So why don't you introduce us a little bit to Supercross motocross and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I've been riding Supercross actually been riding motocross since I was 3.5 years old. I've been riding Supercross since I was 12. I grew up in Australia. Moved to the US in 2002, and yeah, just been trying to live the dream. So it's been awesome, been lucky enough to win a lot of races, 2 titles, and this year 2013 it's a stacked class. It's been really difficult. So for a guy that has an 80% podium ratio, I've definitely been hurting my percentage this year. It's been a tough class, and getting starts have been important. I've only gotten 2 podiums. So yeah, we're working hard. We've been a little bit behind the 8 ball on bike setup and things like that, but we're getting there.
Now I've seen your series, and the last episode of the series that they've been doing on you talk about front end feel a lot. Have you started to uncover some stuff as it relates to the front end of the motorcycle?
Yeah, new for us this year is, first of all, the bike's completely new for us for 13, and I think it's a great bike actually, and a lot of people mistaken a lot of my comments, towards the bike is it's the bike's problem. But I think the biggest thing is the new for us this year is an air fork system. And there's a certain feel that I want and I've been looking for. And there's certain advantages, disadvantages with the air fork, and I felt that there was enough advantages to want to go down that road and keep plugging away and try to get it. But unfortunately we haven't been able to get it. We've been able to get to a point and we haven't been able to kind of move beyond that. And I'm not sure if it's just because I'm one of the elder guys or if that's how I've always been, but I always require comfort to be able to lay it on the line. I'm not afraid to lay it on the line if I'm comfortable, but if I'm not feeling it, and I just, if I'm gonna hit the ground, I want to be feeling it. I don't want to just hit the ground for the hell of it. So for whatever reason we haven't been able to do it. So the last couple of weekends we've actually gone back to last year's fork, and for me it's just a better system for me. Okay. I think for Supercross.
All right, look, here's the thing. On Twitter recently you said, and I'm gonna have to read this, okay? Because, all right, let's look at reality. Reality is you have a birthday coming up, March 15th.
March 15th.
And you're gonna be 31.
Correct.
Okay. Most people out there don't think 31's old, but when it comes to riding motocross, supercross, it tends to be, that tends to be kind of the school of thought. But let me read your tweet. All right, so your tweet goes, I'm old, yes. Slow, ? Kinda. Washed up, ? Not tonight. But we aren't giving up. Thanks to Tutu for believing in me. I mean, I know what you're saying there, but really, how do you feel at getting close to 31, just a few days away, about the being old thing? I mean, to most of us, 31 isn't really that old. And, in other disciplines, it's not going to be that old. The thing is, it really takes a toll on you mentally and your body, doesn't it?
For the most part, I honestly don't feel a day over 30, should I say a day over 18, but
all right.
I think more than anything, when you're struggling and everybody starts talking about it, you almost start thinking about it like, well, am I struggling because I'm old?
Right.
or the elder of the group? It is a sport that's dominated by youth. It's definitely rewards the game, and the kids are definitely, you got your Barshes that I think, anywhere in around the 20, 21 range. Villapoto, the current, reigning champ, I think he's 23. So I mean, it definitely is a young man's sport. So, but for me, I honestly feel good. I've been lucky to escape a lot of injuries throughout my career. Last year was kind of like the worst one. And obviously that's come at an age where I am the elder of the group, so it's been harder to bounce back from that injury. When you bounce back, at 21, 22, you kind of get back and it's just whatever. But this one, it's been hard. It's been hard to come back from my knee surgery and try to get up to speed and all that. But races like the weekend make me feel like I'm young again, and I still got it. So yeah, I mean, to read between the lines, it's kind of having poking a bit of fun. I don't take all that stuff too serious. I try to have a little bit of fun with it, have some fun with it, have a poke at the haters that say I'm washed up and all that kind of stuff. It's good times.
We'll get to the second part of Chad's chat in a little while, but right now it's time to take a look at a new motorcycle. Honda recently introduced a new line called CTX. It's a road bike designed to get a lot of people in and back into motorcycling. It has a 700cc twin low seat height, and one feature that's awesome, dual clutch automatic transmission. Want to know more? Off to the International Motorcycle Show we go.
What we've got here is the launch of the CTX model. Been out for about 2 weeks now, brand new bike for us. 4 different models. Both models are going to offer both what we call the DCT transmission and a standard clutch model. You can see the 2 black units here. You're going to have, like I said, a standard clutch model there, and again a DCT model, as well as a full fairing DCT and standard clutch model as well.
Now what Sean's referring to is the dual clutch transmission. That's the DCT. It's sort of an automatic transmission. There's no clutch to actually pull in on the motorcycle, and there's 2 modes, fully auto, which is gas and go, and electronic shift.
You're going to have a sort of an electronic shifter similar to a high-performance sport car. So this is going to give you your upshift with your downshift being on the opposite side of the controls there. Great thing about this bike is we're hitting a lot of different demographics with it. Not only do we have older riders that are getting back into motorcycling and want something that's very easy to ride. It's got a 28-inch seat height on it and a 700cc parallel twin engine. So very, very easy, very good power plant on it. But we're also getting younger riders, guys that necessarily don't know they're a rider yet and just want something that's very convenient, very easy to ride. With the 700cc parallel twin, you're getting about 70 miles to the gallon on the unit, so it's extremely economical. Should hit about every motorcycle rider out there.
No, I don't currently ride. This is very interesting. I haven't seen an automatic before, so it seems like it would be a lot easier to learn on and get comfortable.
Now, Lisa may not ride, but her family does, including her husband.
They ride. They have a Ducati, a Honda, a Suzuki, and it's one thing that he would really like me to do is ride with him.
And with this new motorcycle line from Honda, that opportunity has opened up for Lisa and her husband. The 4 CTX models will hit showroom floors this spring.
Pricing is going to range anywhere from $69.99 on up to about $87.99 for the fully automatic, full fairing ABS model.
You can learn more about the Honda CTX at powersports.honda.com, and of course all those links are on the website. That motorcycle is really going to bring a lot of new riders into motorcycling, which reminds me of the time when I started in back when I was 18 years old. One of the things I struggled with was motorcycle slang, the terms that people were using as it pertained to motorcycles, right? Like, one of the things is swing arm. For 2 years, I had no idea what a swing arm was. I had a general idea, but I wasn't 100% certain. The only resources I had available were magazines, and my friends weren't going to be any help to me because I would have never heard the end of it. Now that I'm an adult, I could tell the story and not feel bad about it. But the thing is I wanted to introduce new riders to motorcycle slang. So that's what we're going to do to hopefully reduce some of the anxiety about getting into the sport. So let's start off with something simple. How about swing arm? Take a look at this. Swing arm on a motorcycle is this part right here. It's the back section of the motorcycle which holds the rear wheel to the main part of the bike, and it's suspended by a rear shock. Pretty simple, that's the swing arm. Another term, let's talk about caliper. Not calipers. Calipers are used to measure small things, but a caliper on a motorcycle is actually what helps the motorcycle to slow down and stop. It's a brake caliper. Inside the brake caliper you have brake pads. When you hit the brakes, they clinch onto the brake rotor, and that helps to slow and stop the motorcycle. So now you know a couple extra terms as it relates to the world of motorcycling, swing arm and caliper. Now let's get back to part 2 of our conversation with Chad Reed. Back in 2010, when Chad was 28, his life started to change dramatically, and Chad had a decision to make. What did he want to do with his future? Well, he didn't know it at the time, but eventually 22 Motorsports would come online, and, well, let's go to Chad because he has all the answers.
You know, I mean, everybody dreams of being able to control their own destiny, but for the most part it's difficult to do, and I was kind of forced into a position, really, and forced, when I say I kind of put myself in that position. At the end of 2010, I found myself, you know, I was sick, I wasn't well. I had just had my first kid. Within 2 days, I lost my best friend, you know, to a dirt bike crash. And with being sick and not being totally excited about the team that I was on, I opted out of my second-year contract and pretty much severed ties with everybody that I was associated with at that time, and just kind of really wanted to see what was going on. Like, you know, is it time? Is it a sign for me to step away from the sport? Is it a time for me to, you know, to take on something else? I do have, you know, goals and dreams of one day racing cars and all that kind of stuff. So a lot was going through my head, and so I took some time off, maybe 4 or 5 months, and the better I felt and the healthier I got, the urge to go racing a motorcycle became stronger and stronger. And at that point, you know, all the jobs were taken, and you know, at that point I think I was 28 years old and didn't have a stellar year. Required a large salary in an economy that was, you know, dropping by the day. So I kind of outpriced myself and put myself in a position where I just didn't have a job. So yeah, long and short of it, created 22 Motorsports, and it's been a blast. I mean, I've always looked at trying to run a team, you know, how you would want to run a team, but never did I see it to this extent, honestly. I think the fans took to it better, and they were more acceptable than I ever could imagine, and it's been a lot of fun. You know, for sure, along the way, there's been some tough times, but for the most part, it's been a blast.
What are we going to see from the rest of you for 13? Supercross it? You're going to go back to outdoors? What do you have planned?
Yeah, we have a full year schedule. For me, I'm hoping to win some races. Like I said, as far as a title, you know, it's a long shot. It's never not possible, because we're definitely still mathematically, you know, in it. But it's creeping away, and so I need to start winning some races and put myself, you know, up front on a consistent basis, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So that's really the goal right now, is to get me more comfortable and contend for race wins, and then get ready for outdoors.
On the internet, how do we stay in touch with you? How do we keep track of what's going on with you in 22 Motorsports?
You know, 22 Motorsports and myself personally, you know, 22 Motorsports has a Facebook page. I don't have Facebook. Twitter, my own personal Twitter is at CR22. I'm on it regularly. I enjoy it. I feel like, you know, when you're out at the track and you're sitting there between motos and you know, thinking about how you can be better and all that kind of stuff, I find it entertaining and fun to look on Twitter and interact with the fans. So yeah, don't be afraid to get in there and hit me up with some questions. All
right, and of course you're going to continue to contribute here in Greg's Garage. We'll touch base with you during the course of the season, check in and see how things are going, right?
Absolutely, let's do it, and hopefully next time I'll be able to report a win or something.
Yeah, man, that would be great. All right, well, thanks, Chad Reed, for being a guest here on Greg's Garage. We certainly appreciate it.
Cheers, Greg. Thanks.
So again, you can follow Chad on Twitter at CRTWOTWO, that's CR22. And you can follow me on Twitter at Greg White. Pretty simple, right? And speaking of Twitter, let's go around the motorcycle universe, and here's a couple people or companies that I think you might like. First off, Matthew Miles from Cycle World magazine. He knows a lot of stuff and tweets quite often. He can be found at CW1Miles. It's M-I-L-E-S. And how about Bikers Welcome USA? If you're looking for a motorcycle ride, this is your spot. On Twitter, they are at Bikers Welcome USA. And Colin Edwards, MotoGP racer, he's at Texas Tornado 5. Always interesting tweets. And MotorcycleUSA.com can be found at MotoUSA. They try to post at least 3 times a day. Me, I try to post all the time. Like on Twitter, like, oh, there goes a motorcycle, that was cooler. I'm getting ready to tie my shoes and make a peanut butter sandwich. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just check out Twitter anytime you want. Check out the website, gregsgaragetv.com. Be interactive with us. We want to hear what you're thinking. We want to find out what you're up to. And hey, why don't you get a little GoPro camera and why don't you shoot your garage or your motorcycle and post it up on youtube.com. Send us the link. We'll take a look at it. Maybe we'll post it on the site. Maybe we'll even Skype you in and have some questions for you. That's all the time we have here on Greg's Garage. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're going to try to get you a new episode about every 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes. But thanks for using some of your bandwidth to hang out with me. I'll see you next time. Got a tweet. Who can I see? Chad's done. How about Nikki Hayden? Nikki Hayden's a good one. Nick, love your motorcycle. Can I go 2 up with you?